Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? Happy Thanksgiving. Today is Thanksgiving. I know I normally only do Sundays lately, because my son's working. And actually my son's working today, so I'm not doing anything for Thanksgiving. But Thanksgiving is an important holiday when it comes to graffiti. Well, just straight up street kids back in the days and probably even today. Thanksgiving Day. After Thanksgiving, it was a big day with here in this apartment here, and throughout my life I've always had Thanksgiving Day dinners. But let's not get into that yet. I just want to talk about the fact of how Thanksgiving is like a refresher of the year, almost like, and I'm talking about with graffiti. It's kind of like all the summer tricks as far as it goes with street kids, more or less related to street kids, and street kids of course wrote graffiti. So around Thanksgiving is when all the old summer tricks no longer working, and you got to kick into the winter type of schemes and tricks to make money. In other words, all the shit in the summer, you throw it away until next summer. Like for instance, fireworks before the 4th of July, April, May, June. Normally, really heavy in June. A lot of people sell fireworks. I myself used to steer people to fireworks down on Mulberry Street with Tommy and them. I've done that a few summers. It wasn't really my thing. A lot of people partake in that, selling fireworks. You get me when I'm like different holidays, different things. It's almost like St. Patrick's Day. Everyone gets the plastic hats, green plastic leprechaun hats, and they start selling them on New Year's Eve. And even like the Jovi brothers from down the 50s there, them boys was wild. If it was raining, you'd see them near 51st Street train station selling fucking umbrellas. You get me? Hustles would be the term. And I don't like how the word hustle has been misused in today's society. Hustle means a criminal activity that you're doing for money. I hear people referring to just, like even at my job, there's a legal city job. Yo, I'm getting my hustle on. I'm like, what the fuck you stealing, man? Yo, be careful. In my mind, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, hustle means just like waking up and doing what you're supposed to fucking do every day now. But back in the day, a hustle was a hustle, and that was a hustle. You had your fireworks hustle, selling fireworks. You pull out the list, people pick what they want. So you take that money right then and there, go back, come back to them with the stuff. There was a lot of shady business, but you don't want to fuck around with them Italians. Them people, if they're tourists or anyone hands you money, you get the fireworks and you fucking give it back to them. Otherwise, you get fucked up. That's the bottom line. I know a lot of people skipped out on shit like that and would just take the people's money and never give them any fireworks. But that's bad business, man. That's not good, man. That's not cool. You get fucked up for shit like that, man. Yeah. Anyway, you had many different schemes. Now, right now, Thanksgiving, maybe I might actually show you, I'll do a little walkthrough. Christmas trees. Very big, very big. I remember Sergio, God rest his soul. I've spoken many times about Sergio throughout my videos. They shot him in the drugstore on 79th Street, First Avenue. Killed him. Wow. He was robbing the place and many times over and over, so the owner of the store got wise. But anyway, to make a long story short, way back in the 1970s, I was a little kid, he was out there selling Christmas trees. So I understood the lucrative business of the Christmas trees early on. Yeah, he would be probably the first person. Him, Ernie Grillo. Remember we were talking about Ernie Grillo before? Yeah, with that weird mafia shit that was going on. But yeah, they would always fuck around with these Christmas trees and shit. And then later on in life, I myself, probably from when I turned about 13 years old until shit, I was doing that. I was even doing that shit like I've been doing that my whole life. Stealing Christmas trees and reselling them every fucking year. Every year I'd steal Christmas trees from these people that would sell them out in the streets. They come down from upstate New York, Canada, and they sell Christmas trees in the street. Now, most street kids would always scheme on them dudes and steal Christmas trees from them. They got to sleep You got me? They do try to do shifts, and they have a mobile home out there and a bunch of Christmas trees. We always grab a couple off from the back near the parking spaces to the street, take them that way. Hell, I've been doing that so long. I even did that shit with Min, RTW. Not to blow up his spot, but ask him. I stole Christmas trees with him. Fuck, that wasn't even too long ago. Hey, 11, 12 years ago, I was stealing Christmas trees with Min, RTW. Yeah. Well, I remember my same dog was alive. We brought the dog with us. The same dog I got now. It was a puppy. Yeah, I stole Christmas trees with him. Not to blow up his spot. We were just having fun. It's not even like we needed the money. But yeah, it was still Christmas trees. You grab them from, I'll show you. I'll walk over there and video if the sun's still up. But yeah, stealing Christmas trees. This is what we would do. We would steal the Christmas trees from the places that sell the Christmas trees. I will walk around and show you video footage, and you'll be able to see it. And we would steal these Christmas trees from there and then sell them to people that needed Christmas trees. We would have lists of people that were interested in Christmas trees and shit. And we would always keep a real nice one, Lace. Andrew Lace. He would always have a Christmas party in his house. We'll be doing cocaine, smoking weed and shit. People get their drink on. We'd exchange gifts and stuff like that. It was like the Lonely Hearts Club Band. You ever heard of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band? The Beatles? Sgt. Pepper, Lonely Hearts Club. Well, anyway, we named it kind of, actually that was Andrew's term, or his girlfriend at the time. She was kind of hippie-ish. And it was like the Lonely Hearts Club Band. That's what we call it. Like anyone that had nowhere to go for Christmas. A lot of us had no family. A lot of us were just in and out of juvenile systems. And then later on in life, we probably weren't even from New York and have no family here. We were just out here robbing and stealing or whatever. Some people's family would just go with that, like the kids or at that point, even in our 20s and shit, I was doing it like that also, up until not too long. I would put pictures on. But what we would do is say a kid, he would even go. Let me stop saying the word kid, because we were doing that our whole lives, 20s, 30s. Hell, like I said, up until a couple of years ago, I was doing it in my apartment here. I'd say after Mikey R.E. had passed away, I stopped doing it. But even some of us would have families and places to go for Thanksgiving. We would do that with our families, and then later come on and meet up and have our own little Thanksgiving together. And then we'd all run around writing graffiti. And during the train era, that was a big day, where we would all go run around writing graffiti all over the fucking trains. And even, like I said, now as far as it goes with bringing it up into the 2000s, or up until even my arrest, and yeah, I don't think I did anything after my arrest. The year after my arrest, people didn't want to hear from me. They're like, yo, Rob got arrested. I ain't fucking with it, you know? So you can't blame him. That's that street kid shit. But yeah, after R.E.'s passing, after he died. But I would have parties here. We would have Thanksgiving. Sammy, D3, would normally cook a big bird. I'll put pictures on. It would be me, Min, RTW once again, Pove, MPC. But it was hard. I had to make sure Pove, MPC wouldn't show up if Min, RTW would show up. I mean, it would be a good fight. I'm not saying who would win or who would lose, but I don't want that shit to happen in my house. You get me? So, yeah, that would be tricky. I remember that one time with Min when he came over. I told Pove I'm not doing it this year. But I got pictures of Pove, you know, Pove MPC, GU, graffiti unit. Pove, Mikey Axe, STM, does the A felons. He's in the picture. D3's in the picture. My son's in the picture. I'm in my picture. D3's grabbing his balls. Like he's got his hands down his pants. He's grabbing the balls and he's holding the turkey. You know, it's kind of like to skeeze you out. Like we nasty like that. But, yo, I remember one of them Thanksgivings, man. You know how the little legs are tied together on the turkey? You know, they got little legs like this, right? And they're like tied together, you know? So Sammy wanted to kind of cut the string that's right here. You know, you got a string here. He wanted to cut it. So he's like, oh, God. He's looking around and finds a couple of butter knives. And, you know, it's not, everyone pulled out a fucking knife. Everyone. Most of them pulled out straight edge razors. Every single human being there except for me, because it's my house. It's not like like these guys all came to my house with weapons on them. Every single one of them had a fucking box cutter, a razor, or a knife or something. Every single human being. Every single one, well, except for me and my son. Other than that, it sounds like, oh, anyway, like a knife, a pocket knife or something. Everyone, like, oh, right there, that's that crazy shit. But yeah, so what we would normally do, and some more people that would come by. Like I said, PK would come by, Pove would come by, Min would come by, Baal would come by, Hojo, I don't know, Hojo came by a different time without it. But Baal, Sol would come by, Ari, Mikey would come by. And we'd hang out. We'd eat some turkey and stuff. Some of them would have a few drinks. A couple of us would smoke some weed. And we'll all get together and go write graffiti. Pretty much a couple of groups. Like 3 of us would go this way. Another 3 will say, I don't want to go that way. I'm going to go this way and this and that. So they all just spread out, write graffiti. And that was pretty fun. But, yeah, getting back to different schemes. Like I was saying with these Christmas tree things. We'd steal the Christmas trees right from one place, and then we would sell them. We'd actually set up shop near the 59th Street Bridge, where cars are coming off. If you ever think back, and remember, the white kids and shit hanging out. Well, not all of us were white, actually, but hanging out there selling Christmas trees. We normally have like 5 or 6 Christmas trees just leaning up that day. Give us $20, $30, whatever. You know, we'd take it for the fucking Christmas tree. And they were big Christmas trees. You know, back then, the money was different than it is now. Now you look at some of these trees like $500, $600. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'll wait till 4 or 5 in the morning. Take that shit. I'll sell that shit for $50. Yeah. I remember my brother even, like, yo, this is what street kids do. I remember my brother even stole the big fucking wolf. Yeah, a big fucking wolf from these people up in Canada that came down with these Christmas trees all along the streets. You never see like a pizza pie, when you buy a pizza pie from a pizza parlor, it's got that little red and white string around it to keep the box from flying open on the pizza box that you put the pizza in. Well, this dog had a bunch of that shit wrapped around his neck and he was tied up to a pole. He looked kind of skinny and shit, so my brother walked by once and it was snowing. Well, he's uptown, and up on 110th, I think in Lexington or something like that. He's uptown for a while. He's hanging out over his people's house and shit, come back down. Like 2, 3 hours later, it's like the dog is like still there. And okay, it's a wolf and they hang out in the snow, but this dog is like tied so close to a pole. My brother's like, oh, fuck this shit. He took the dog and he brought it home and he had it for many years. Big wolf. He named it Hans. Yeah, Hans. Like Iron John. Hans, Robert Bly, yeah, he named the dog Hans. Yeah, a big fucking German, like, looked like a big German Shepherd, but white, and it had these weird eyelids, you know, like that. I remember it even got an infection when it got older in one of its eyelids, and it started to get a little cyst there, which is actually pretty common in these big fucking wolves. But this wasn't even a hybrid wolf, I don't believe. It might have been mixed. It might have been like a hybrid wolf mixed with something like a husky or some shit like that, or a Malamute. They mix them a lot with the Malamutes, you know, big fucking thing. But beautiful dog, Hans, man. Yeah, they were abusing that shit, man. So he stole it. I would assume those people probably just found a little cub of a wolf and just kept it and raised it. They probably sell them, like up in Canada and shit like that. You got big fucking mooses running around. Yeah, big fucking moose running around like a big goddamn utility van or something. That big fucking animals. But yeah, man, we used to rob and steal all that shit. The whole winter scene would change. Like, in other words, no more Christmas tree. Like, we would steal Christmas trees, shit like that. Then all of a sudden, you would have to wear thicker coats because it's winter time. So now that's when the shoplifting game would kick in. Yeah, we'd start stealing a lot of shit with shoplifting and stuff like that. I'm going to get into that first, but let me cut this off and go over to where they put these Christmas trees. And I'll explain some of the stories better. You know, like I said, I was out there stealing Christmas trees. Like 2010, 2011. I don't even think my brother was locked up yet with men. No, my brother was in prison already. He was in Rikers fighting for his case. But yeah, 2011, 2010 or something like that. Yeah, I've done it after that too. But all right, guys, watch. I'm gonna put the video on right now. Let me do the I Dream Genie shit. Blink. All right, people. Now they're not out yet. Like, they're there, but there's not Christmas trees, at least from what I could see. But back in the days, you can ask men, they'll tell you, I've done it with me. They'd be out to here. And they'd come over to this side, like right here. I wish my son would have helped me video. I could have pointed it out better. Like, they'd be that far, and they'd be all the way over there. So we'd grab them from here, cut through the park here, and they wouldn't be any the wiser. And we'd walk up, and we'd exit out that way. Go up to 2nd. Go down, around, down to my house. Yeah, true fucking story. But now I'm going to have to act like I'm not, you know, talking about shit like this. So I'm going to act like I'm trying to purchase a Christmas tree off the guy. But normally they would be all here already. Right there at Sloan Kettering Hospital. Yeah, cancer research and stuff like that. But all right, now here's the stands where they're going to put the Christmas trees on. I can see they're going to build more stands also because of the wood over there. But, I'm going to be truthful with you. Christmas ain't what it used to be. And I'm going to explain something, a project I got coming down the line for that. Like, just Christianity and Catholicism it's not existing anymore. It's like people don't want to hear it. It's sad. And I'm going to tell you, it's a project I got in plan, but maybe they're maybe they're only going to fill Christmas trees up to here. Maybe they're not going to fill the whole block. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to steal any. I'm doing good financially and everything, But yeah. See, they're going to definitely build more stands. And these guys are crafty, man. They don't fuck around. They come from up in the woods. Yeah. Hey. And over here, they're going to have little Christmas bulbs and stuff. They put it up like that. I wonder where the guy is. You think I should knock on the door? Now, let me try it. Let me see if there's someone in there. Let me see what we got going on in here. Hello! There ain't no one in there. Open that fucking door, they'll arrest me, right? No one gets arrested in this fucking city. We're just here today. Now you see that? It's that little certificate. Alright, so now, yeah, like I said, these fucking things, these poles, these wooden poles will be covered with Christmas trees. And I know they'll be out here probably by Sunday. I'll continue on Sunday. I'm not going to make my whole video about it, but I'll show you Sunday. But yeah, so that would be it, like that. And then they would go around this way to here also. Now what I said is, on that block down there, we'd grab them off the end, right? And we'd cut through the park diagonally. And we'd pop out over that way. Back in the days, this fucking place used to have a huge fucking wall, man. If you could Google the architectural design of St. Catherine's Park, 68th Street and 1st Avenue, you get a better idea of what I'm talking about. So yeah, normally they would be out here. They're definitely setting up. But nothing yet. Alright, people, I'm going to look around and see if I'll definitely have it for you probably by Sunday, because once Thanksgiving, these motherfuckers are out eating turkey and shit. Even though they're not from around here, they definitely want to enjoy the holiday. But yeah, they're a pretty fancy little hut, man. These motherfuckers used to come down in these, like these fucking trailers. They're pretty fancy, right? They look like something like a security guard could be in there. Yeah, look at that shit. Yeah, they got fucking, look at that. They got a little AC and everything on there. Yeah. But yeah, they'll hang out in that shit all fucking until Christmas Day. They'll stay in that fucking thing till Christmas Day. I used to hang out with this one chick that was in one, but uptown more on 74th Street. She's a little dumpy looking chick. She was a little heavy, But yeah, I'd go up in there, I'd get cocaine and shit, hang out with her. She would drink Jack Daniels and do coke and smoke marijuana and shit. We'd listen to Crosby, Stills and Nash. Like hippie type music, But yeah, it was good times. I wonder whatever happened to her. She was a chubby looking chick. She wasn't pretty, but yeah, definitely for a couple months, we'd be doing our thing. Yeah, she'd bounce back to wherever the fuck it is she comes from. Next year, we'd repeat it all over again. Good times. All right, people. Look at that old RD. Look at these scumbags. Look at that stupid little bastard with a sticker, huh? Yeah, motherfuckers. Alright, Alright, there you have it, right? That's where they would put the Christmas trees. I explained a little bit, but there was no Christmas trees. So now I'm going to put the footage on later. But just so many different schemes would change. Like that Christmas tree thing would be good for a couple of weeks. Up until Christmas Day. You could grab Christmas trees and sell them. You get, what, 1/3 the price. If something's $75, you get $25. But I mean, most of them are like 300, so you get like 100 or something like that. You grab 5 or 6 of them, you do pretty good for yourself. Yeah, we used to make, that was a good little side hustle. Now that's a fucking hustle. Not like these other people waking up and punching a time card saying they're out there hustling and grinding. I'm on the grind. I'm on the grind. I'm going to a legitimate job, paying my taxes, but yet I'm on the fucking grind. I'm on the hustle. Stupidest shit I ever fucking heard in my life. Okay. So other schemes, shoplifting, very big in the winter. I was a very good shoplifter, but a lot of you guys always ask me, oh, tell me some racking stories on spray paint. I told you all, and I'll tell you again and again and again. Only an idiot, once they turn 20, 21 years old, would steal spray paint. I'm sorry, only an idiot, like some stupid idiot that doesn't understand the concept of money would steal spray paint once they're of legal age to purchase it. So I would run around and steal shit. We'd steal fur coats, fucking Gucci bags, we would hit hard, yo. We'd get expensive fucking shit. We'd sell it. Hell, Fred the Furrier, we'd break the whole front fucking window. Compile $25,000 fur coats and shit. Yeah, with a big jackhammer bit. You're a boosh. I mean, that's not actually shoplifting. That's strong arm shit. Or not even, that would be considered smash and grab. But the actual term shoplifting, yeah, shoplifting. That's a big fucking thing, shoplifting. Hell, even like the people before me, it was shoplifting. Kano, TVS, Kano, K-A-N-O, fucking amazing shoplifting, huh? Yeah, Kano, you sang out with Don D, CIA, amazing shoplifting, fucking amazing, legendary, yeah, fucking legendary. All right, now, I would steal shit, sell it, and buy spray paint. Or if not, like I said, if I'm grabbing large quantities, I'd go to the Winter Garden Theater. It's a Broadway theater where they would have the Broadway play Cats. I'd break into their paint room and I'd steal cases of whatever I needed. So I would never steal spray paint from stores. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people out there that could say, yo, Rob, I shoplifted with you. Like Richie Nash, OA. The guy who writes Nash, OA, U5 Crew, 357, BBK. That guy, he knows me to shoplift. I've shoplifted with him. I've shoplifted spray paint with him. I've done the same with JJ when I was underage. But once I became of legal age now, no more. And we would steal wild shit, man. We would steal, I remember stealing a fucking stuffed bear. An actual cinnamon brown bear, stuffed. I grabbed it, well, yeah, but that's not shoplifting. I got him at a Serendipity, a little like ice cream parlor, very famous place. It's always in the movies and shit. Hell, there's a movie called Serendipity. Yeah, very, very famous restaurant. Andy Warhol's lover, I believe, opened the place up or something like that. Brooke Shields, everyone goes in there. Anyway, yeah, I grabbed that big cinnamon brown bear. It was in the window of that place once, in the fucking dead of winter. Smashed the fucking window in about 2 feet of snow. I grabbed the fucking bear. Like that true fucking story. I took that bear. Yeah, they were wondering who did it. Now you know, 20-something years later, man. I took that fucking bear. Straight up. All right, now, where was I? Yeah. Winter schemes. So shoplifting would become a big thing. Jewelry, yeah. Furs, yeah, shit like that. Burglaries would also kick up in the winter. It was just different schemes that we would do. And burglaries, like apartments in the winter, we would do them more so because less people in the street. Like, you got to kind of jimmy up a fire escape. And in the dead of winter, people aren't really out there like that. In the summer, people are more about and looking around. Oh, what a beautiful day it is. And they turn around and they see you climbing up a fucking fire escape, you're in trouble. You got me? So yeah, winter, different game, different ball game altogether. It was like shake off the summer and, you know, hunker down for the winter. For real, it was really like that, man. We'd start wearing all these puffier coats. And, yeah, it was, living was good. Living was good. By the time August comes around, man, you kind of get a little starved out, man. Ain't much money around. All the schemes you've been doing are done. And, you know, the cops are hip to every fucking thing. And so, you know, you're kind of looking forward to, like, Thanksgiving in the winter. It really gets like that. Even with graffiti. And graffiti, you know, everyone hops around, they do their thing. But in the winter, man, you're starting to look for tunnels where you could do your trains. You want to do trains in the tunnels where it's nice and warm. Out in the yards, it's kind of cold. But, you know, there's people out there that prefer the yard regardless because they do heat the insides of those trains. But you know what that's like? You out there, your fucking hands are freezing fucking cold, you spray paint the fucking train. Okay, let me go inside the train for a little while. You come out, your hand gonna fucking freeze again anyway. Like, I don't know. Why not just do it in a tunnel in somewhere, you know? What do I know, you know? But, yeah, it's my personal opinion. So, yeah, a lot of different schemes. Car theft and shit like that was the actual taking of a motorcycle or the actual stealing of a car was more or less a summer type hustle. But in the winter, it was more car radios, like those guys in Queens. I mean, they'll do that shit all year round. But in the winter, like D3 had said, I think on one of my podcasts, it's like the snow, they would plow it up against the sides of the cars. So D3 would actually dig like a little igloo through the snow. He'd dig like a little tunnel right up to the window, go peashed with a center punch. Climb in there, take the radio out, whatever, and shit like that. Climb back out of the little hole he dug and go about his business. So yeah, car theft, radios, just breaking into cars around this time, like from Thanksgiving until Christmas, with like gifts and stuff like that people leave in the cars, a lot of nice leather coats people leave in cars, and we would have these Christmas parties at Lace's house, and we would be breaking into cars and shoplifting. We'd actually steal each other gifts, and we'd exchange gifts. Yeah, smoke weed, do a little cocaine, drinking, stuff like that, you know. I'd smoke my shit, you know. I wasn't big on sniffing it. Yeah, that's the way it would go. Of course, I'd cook it, you know, turn it into crack form, freebase, whatever. But yeah, so that was our deal. Christmas into New Year's. It's okay. It's okay. We're still out there robbing and stealing, this and that. People start planning for what they're going to do for the new year. Me, I really didn't give a fuck. You know, personally, I was just out there doing me, you know, hustling, hanging out with who I hang out with, doing what I do. But yeah, you know, everything built up to a holiday and then fizzled down, and built up to a holiday and fizzled down. But yeah, it's strange. Street kid shit, man, straight up. Yeah, like everyone did it. As a matter of fact, you know, we'd steal shit. We had like a fence. It's like someone we would actually sell the stuff we sold, and we normally get 1/3 the price. It's pretty much the way it goes. Yeah, you get like 1/3, something like that, of what it costs. So like I said before, just as an example, $75, you get it $25. So we would steal all types of shit. Pregnancy tests, when EPT came out, early pregnancy tests, those were big to steal. Vitamins, Tylenol capsules, antihistamines, all that shit was good. Cough medicine, yeah, all that shit was good. All that shit was good to steal. And we had fences that would buy them. As a matter of fact, maybe 10, 11 years ago, I was looking at the news, and my fence was actually on it. And then not too long ago also, they actually busted a fencing ring on 47th Street. Not that particular building, but a different place in the Diamond District. I would fence shit too. Same, if you just look like how now the pandemic, how they're actually figuring out, this guy was like from Israel or Pakistan or something like that, or Palestine, I think he was. And he was buying stolen merchandise off people. It just recently was in the news, maybe a couple of weeks ago. That area, but not that particular place, I've sold stuff to. Like, yeah, that same block, like a building or two away from that particular building. But this one particular thing, about 10 or 11 years ago, was on the news. They had these African dudes that sell that shit out in the street. They sell like fake pocketbooks, fake Gucci pocketbooks, fake watches. It's all over the news all the time. They sell fake Gucci watches, fake Chanel, Dior, fake everything. And they put it out on sheets on the sidewalk. And then people buy it, tourists buy it, this, that, and they sell little wallets and everything. Anyway, these guys had a big shootout in the same exact building over there, fucking in the fucking garment district. Yeah, it's like Broadway, 28th Street. Same exact building. I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, oh, that's like where we used to fetch shit. We used to sell shit there to the garment district, especially garments. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we weren't in on all that polo stuff and all that stuff. We were just, Jabode was big with us. Leather, yeah, we would go for stuff like that. Stealing became a big thing. Putting a coat on under your coat, you know, walking out with it. Yeah, aluminum foil bags would work. You stick shit in there if it's got. That's later on when alarms came about. I was still out there robbing and stealing. I've got a pretty good reputation as being a damn good thief when it comes to shoplifting. I don't know if I used to take that in stride. Like I was proud of it. Nowadays, I really don't give a fuck. I just think it's like, I'll tell you, the best of the best of the best. Rost from out in Astoria, Queens. PK was just telling me about a story with him once where they had some girl that was out there in Astoria, Queens, that was boosting, is the term we use. They're out there robbing and stealing, boosting shit from stores, shoplifting from stores. I'll use the term shoplifting so you understand. But the term in the street is boosting. So there was this girl that supposedly could outdo Ross in shoplifting. Ross, he's dead now. He's a good dude, man. Ross, out there in Queens, man. He used to write SAT 101 also. R-O-S-T. God rest his soul, man. Name was Rob. He's dead, but yo, they brought him and this girl out to like Jersey, like to these malls and shit, and he beat her, man. He beat her. She was supposed to be a badass, but yeah, he beat her, man. Him and Tom Elliott, my boy Tom Elliott, they would do a shoplifting contest. That's when 7-Elevens popped up originally. Before, this is like the third or fourth wave of 7-Eleven stores popping up. I used to hit 7-Eleven with men even. Yeah, we're going there with a pizza box. Empty pizza box and fill it up with shit. Close the pizza box and walk right out the door with it. Yeah, 7-Eleven. We'd steal pistachios, fucking men with the velvet cake. Yeah, the velvet cake. Men love the velvet cake. Men RTW. You should shoplift with him too. That's the recent time with 7-Eleven. But yeah, always shoplifting. Yeah, big thing, man. We'd shoplift to the point where we're not even like shoplifting. It's not even. It's like understood that like we're not gonna pay for them. Like it's just like, yo, go get this. Like they know, like you're not gonna buy it. You know what I mean? It was like just everything was stolen to the point where it wasn't even like anything to brag about. It was just like instead of going to the store and buying something, we would go to the store and steal it, and it was like understood. Like we weren't like, oh shit, you stole that, man. Oh man. I mean, I started out, you know, I was pretty fucking young, man. I've been stealing since I was a fucking child, man. Like 5 years old, I got caught stealing fucking rubber worms from a fishing tackle store with my father out in Long Island. They had visitation rights. It was a divorce, so I was spending time with my father in the summer, and he was buying us some little fishing tackle and equipment to go fishing, you know, out in the pond there. And you got the Bluff in Kings Park and Smithtown, and you got Blydenburg Park and all that shit. Nessequag River. Yeah, so he buying us this stuff. Bigger than shit, I steal a bunch of these rubber worms and get caught. Yeah, it beats the shit out of me right in the store. Yeah. But yeah, so like my whole life, I've been shoplifting. And just like I said, even with these Christmas trees, like I've been stealing them things from these places like since I'm like 13, 14 years old, man. True story. Yeah. Yeah, from day one, man. I've been out there. Yeah, I mean, we would make good money off them Christmas trees, man. Yeah, people buy them shits, you know. If you're getting something that's, like I said, nowadays, shit, you could walk up with $600, $700, $800 out there now. Yeah, the spruce, and silver, and this and that, all types of crazy fucking strands of fucking trees they got now. Yeah, big money, man, big fucking money. I'm trying to think of what other schemes we used to pull in the winter. Early on when I was violent in the teenage years into my 20s, mugging people, straight up mugging motherfuckers in the winter. Yeah, yeah, you can think of everything, man. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to put on a few pictures. I'm going to use one of them as a thumbnail of a Thanksgiving like we used to have here. Like I said, we would have nice Thanksgivings. Baal would come over, B-A-A-L, Soul would come over. Pove would come over, Min, PK Note, Sammy D3, Jute, Rao, Chalks, I think even came by once. Dover, he comes by a lot. Yeah. But this year, like I said, my son, he's actually working, so I did make a lasagna. I put a lasagna in. Maybe I'll show you how the lasagna came out. All right, guys, you gotta take care of yourselves. Look at the pictures of how we used to throw our little turkey parties. All right, you know. Hey, it's only like 2 or 3 pictures. It's not even everyone that's there. It's just the funny pictures people took. I think my son took one. I took one. Baal took one. I don't know. Anyway, the pictures will show.